Chat, here we go. We got ourselves another show match. It's a great one. It's CRR and aZapatos. We just had aZapatos on versus KV1, and I am going to spoil the results of that if you want to go back and watch it. I'll give you 1 second. Okay, you got your second. If you're going to keep going, that's fine with me. But no saying you didn't get it spoiled. Zapatos was able to take KV1 down. 3-1. In fact, just barely 3-1. It was almost a sweep. Zapatos wasn't able to finish off overtime of Game 3, but other than that, he looked insane. And then there was a bit of a bout. Between KV1 and Zapatos afterwards about Zapatos' playstyle. And his playstyle is the same thing we saw from him at Turf Wars, which was, I see ball, I go ball. He puts an insane amount of pressure on the ball and never lets you get anything going. And almost nobody's been able to stop him. Raise Bull and Lion Blaze were the ones who were able to do it at Turf Wars. But KV1 and CRR haven't been able to do it so far. CRR pre-jumping the threatened flick. Instead, it rolls low. It's already GG's. Chat's already ready to call it. They've seen how Zapatos has been playing, and they're willing to say there's no way CRR comes back. But CRR does have 80 ping, which is not ideal for him. 76 ping is pretty rough. Zapatos has 16. Maybe we'll jump over to do some East games because it's kind of the exact opposite. Or actually, CRR gets like 40 and 50, I bet, on East. So he definitely has the same Zapatos ping that he has on West. So maybe we'll go back and forth. Look at this chip. 3-1. We might do some East games as well since CRR gets 70 here. 2 West, then 3 East. How's that sound? I think that's what we used to do, or we've done that before. Basically, Zapatos gets to play his server for the first 2 games, and you know, potentially gets to go up 2-0 and get some momentum. And then that's why CRR gets East for the last 3, because he has to fight against the momentum. And at the end of the day, the servers actually aren't that different for these 2 anyways. Look at the double reset. Double reset Musty from CRR. Did he watch Turf Wars? Does he know? Does he know the double reset Musty Master is across from him on the field? Except the difference is that Zapatos double mustied as well. CRR unable to get this dribble and 50. He's got Zapatos in net now. Bounce dribble. Trying to fake. It's only going to work if Zapatos was a little bit slower in net. Zapatos missed his corner boost, but made it back in time. CRR put it high, tried to put it in a tough spot for him. This reset will be in. CRR gets a second as he brings himself a little bit closer. Yo, Inogod, thank you for the 11 months. 11 months of subbing. Feer 7 to you as well. Good to have you here. Sonics add central servers. I think the thing is they actually do have them. I feel like they have central servers, but they just either categorize them under East or West. You know, they definitely have more central servers. But instead of having 3 categories, I imagine, and this is my guess, no one's told me this, but the reason why they don't create a central category is because they don't want to split player base up even more. Because the Central people might uncheck West and East and be like, I play Central now, and I only queue Central. And then you won't get people who are queuing East and West. That's my guess. And I think Central is at the end of the day, playable. You know, on East or West. And every once in a while, you'll get a server that's pretty good for you and pretty close. CRR, air dribble bump to get a third. Zapatos unable to protect the ball here. Let's CRR get to not even air dribble bump, just a shot into the bump. CRR wall to air dribble. A reset and tried to go low. Zapatos able to cover it with that long Centio. Talked about how Zapatos normally doesn't even let you get wall to air dribbles on kickoff. For whatever reason, he didn't feel like he could cut off this dribble this time around. So we let CRR take it all the way to the net. He was able to stop it. Now CRR gets a fourth. So he's able to bump Zapatos out of the way. Zapatos trying to backflip. But backflip too late. Needed to get that flip early. Waited long enough. CRR was able to move him out of the play. CRR looking for an air dribble setup. Didn't get it. I think came back down to the ground. Not because he wanted to fake, but because he had no other choice. But he actually ended up with a pretty good shot either way. aZapatos putting pressure on CRR, trying to force him into a bad 50. But CRR does not get forced to do anything other than miss the net, I guess. I still feel like that wasn't because of aZapatos. CRR just missing on his own. Long, clear. Should be able to have this double, right? As long as he gets the read. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, aZapatos going to own goal. It was closer than I thought. Oh, what? Look at this recovery. I'm glad I watched this. That was insane. It was obviously a mistake. aZapatos meant to just wave dash, but he accidentally 180'd himself around and then cleanly half flipped out of it and barely slowed down his momentum at all. CRR, a sixth? Yes. Got just enough of a touch on it. aZapatos unable to get it over the top of the awaiting CRR. aZapatos not even winning the race to the midfield off the wave dash kickoff, but CRR didn't pick up the midfield boost. So as he slowly rolls back to it, it's going to give a window for aZapatos to come back, take control. Look at CRR go, man. He is not letting aZapatos catch up. Every time he gets a win in the corner, he has found a way to tap the ball out to the midfield where he can get an angle to shoot into net. Those are not easy plays to make sure that they are shootable, but CR is making it look that way. aZapatos flipping onto the back wall. CRR, who has matched Zapatos' speed at the beginning of this game, flies himself out of the blue half. Zapatos flicks high, not able to get it, and CRR is able to bump him to make sure the continuation isn't there as well. CRR going to play a bit of a possession game here as he takes this one back into the orange half. The air dribble. Zapatos from the ceiling, a nice early challenge, and it might roll its way in. Oh, wow, Azapatos. He actually kept himself alive. There's still a chance for him now. Because of this ceiling challenge, CRR didn't get to the ball before Azapatos could. And I'm sure we're going to see Azapatos stick to his wave dash kickoff. He just loves it. And why not? This is a great reason why. Able to bump CRR. Oh, not enough. He tried to get in front of him to box him out to make it so he couldn't clear because he wasn't going to be able to get another strong touch. But CRR still got there just barely. CRR going to take this game one against the Shoe Man, but it's a long series as it is a best of 5. Can we play all again? Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Sorry, 30. Game number 2. I don't think I mentioned because the donations came before the series started, but it is a $30 Showmatch as of now, technically $29.20, but I'll probably round it up for these guys. Oh, look at this pinch from CRR. Oh, my goodness. CRR picks up right where he left off in the first game. Azapatos did not get the touch he wanted to the wall. And what he didn't realize is he was setting up a perfect tee for a pinch all the way across the map. And a first goal. My goodness. I think CRR has scored more of those pinches than anybody else. Azapatos reversing back into this ball. Try and set up his ground dribble. He's going to be able to steal this corner boost from CRR. CRR trying to keep the ball speed high. It's a way to clear it out, give himself time to get boost as he recovers back to net. He knows Azapatos is going to get possession. There's no doubt. But if he can just get it all the way to the back wall first, he's going to stand a better chance. And that's what he did. Now CRR at the midfield. Still with 0 boost, staying on the ball. That was another key thing from Azapatos in Turf Wars. He just never left. No matter how much he was getting starred out, he was going to put pressure. Azapatos in this reset using the ceiling. He wants another reset, but he fell way too far away from the ball. CRR not going to be able to get a quick takeaway, though. aZapatos just camping underneath him. Knows he's going to have to come down to the ground. Planning on just undercutting him, throwing him off. Worked out well. Did not work out super well for him here, though, is this boost steal. CRR is able to clear it away and take the midfield. That being said, he's going to die while the ball does not roll in. CRR taps it off the backboard. aZapatos on the respawn. Just tries to shoot it over the top of him. Crossbar down and out. Unfortunate placement for aZapatos. Gonna have yet another opportunity here. He is trying to cover this ball every time CRR comes to challenge. You see that air roll to put that humongous plank hitbox behind the ball. CRR too smart to actually try and push the ball through that. CRR, a musty. Didn't get enough strength to get it over the top of aZapatos. Low scoring game here. 2 minutes in, only the one pinch for CRR. aZapatos trying to pass to himself off the corner. CRR did creep himself out to try and see if he could affect the play, but he could not. And so he turns around with 30 boost late. And that late recovery leads to this backflip that won't touch the ball. So it'll be a tie game as we are 7 seconds away from halfway. Only 2 goals scored. CRR not getting as dominated as KV1 did by the wave dash kickoff. The wave dash kickoff really had KV1's number. aZapatos chip this ball. Oh, sorry, CRR chipping this ball over aZapatos, and then aZapatos doing his best to panic, recover, flip left and right, see if he can connect with it at all. But he could not. This is normally how the wave dash kickoff goes for the fast standard kickoffers. They slam it into the corner of the wave dasher, but then the wave dasher uses the extra speed they get from center field to take possession. aZapatos has been glued to his back wall here, waiting for his opportunity to escape. CRR is not trying to give him one. He has been very patient, and he finally got it. Great use of air roll to get out of what was a bad position. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's going to show it to us, but the 50 kind of put him in a really awkward place, and then he just diagonal flips, air rolls, and is quickly right back facing the ball perfectly. Which that kind of improvisation is not easy. Something that only these top players can do consistently. Not letting bumps affect you at all. And CRR is trying to show an example of it right now as it caused his wave dash to miss, and then he had to half flip to get back into play. Will steal this back corner for CRR, but he's not going to be able to keep up pace with aZapatos into the opposite corner. So now aZapatos a carry. CRR, he's had a couple fake challenges. If I'm aZapatos, I'm going to stop falling for him. Instead, aZapatos flicks late near the goal line. CRR able to come in and out of the net and clear this one away. CRR with 36. Oh, sorry, aZapatos. Why do I keep swapping their names for no reason? aZapatos, look at this play. The fake shows a flick that would have put the ball on the far post, but instead of using it, just takes it down to the ground. Actually, CRR had read that. He tried to backflip into what would have been a no-touch from aZapatos, but he did get that one final pop. Push it past him. Oh, aZapatos! Certainly he could have cleared this away, but I think he wanted it all. He wanted to have possession, not just push it into the corner. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. It's really close. I think there's a chance that aZapatos was looking for possession, not just to clear, and that's why he tried to carry it. But it also might have just been the best possible way for him to get the save. He didn't get a quick touch here after bumping CRR out of the midfield. Wow, that demo is going to be a goal. Huge demo on a game that's been back and forth. Whoever got this lead late, likely to hold on to it. We're going to need to see a classic aZapatos wave dash kickoff win here. He wants to come back. I feel like almost in these late game scenarios, he does this slightly delayed version of it where the ball gets pushed slightly into his half and then he tries to wave dash directly at the net. Because that's not how the end result has been for most of his wave dashes. CRR is going to throw a nice one. These guys are able to just fight over the ball. The midfield before CRR's clear in his corner is not enough. aZapatos to catch and flick. So 11 seconds left to go. Will we see the same kind of kickoff as aZapatos? Maybe, but CRR just pushes it right over the top this time. He's going to be able to steal his corner. aZapatos has to be careful, and he uses his position to push the ball all the way out to the opposite corner, but now he's going to have to defend with only 18 boosts. CRR! Oh, wait a second! CRR might get scored on! I did not think this was even an opportunity for him. Oh, my goodness. CRR thought he was throwing on the final shot of the game, but no, it was so poor that aZapatos is able to stay glued to the ground and just catch it and take it all the way to the other net while CRR is forced to watch. My goodness. Clutch from aZapatos in the final moments. He's not going to need overtime to tie the series. Game number 3. aZapatos is iced up, just like his team name would suggest. aZapatos RLCS team this season. Voltero and Impo, I believe, playing alongside him. I'm sure there'll be a ton of 1v1 fans out there rooting for that squad to do well in RLCS. And aZapatos feels good about his team. He's going to take another early lead here. He's able to punish CRR as he dives into his back corner. aZapatos trying to gain control of this one. Not able to do so, though. CRR out to the midfield. Look at this early challenge. aZapatos loves to meet you at ceiling height if that's where you're going to go. And this time, it's going to lead to a freebie as CRR floats back down to the ground with 0 boost. And I must be lagging a bit because he went all the way underneath the ground. I think that's how the game is supposed to work. aZapatos kickoff win. Trying to slice and dice CRR, and he does. The power slide cuts keep CRR at bay as he can't decide when to challenge. Look at the reverse back and forth. Oh, broke the ankles, finished it off with the flick. What a shot from aZapatos. CRR not able to get to this ball. The quick kickoff goal, but the ball falls right back into the same position. So aZapatos going to have to try and make use of his boost advantage here on the goal line. Got CRR to flick high and miss, and now he's undercut CRR. That should be a 4th goal. Can't imagine a world in which CRR with 0 boost finds some miraculous way to get back to this one. 4-0. aZapatos running it up at the start of this game. We just saw, didn't aZapatos win the last game with 4 goals, maybe 5 goals? I think it was 4-4 into overtime. aZapatos already has 4 within a minute of this one. Not going to go for the ground pinch. Went for the pogo and missed it, and then he couldn't cover the ball. CRR, does he have the angle? He should, yeah. I'm waiting to see the aZapatos pogo work. He's had a couple good attempts from it already, but I don't think he's gotten the goal this time. It is the worst possible result from the pogo attempt. aZapatos somehow manages to kind of bait people into the corner. I mean, this time it works out. For CRR, that is. So I guess it's not really much of a bait as much as just CRR getting a goal. But against KV1 and against CRR both, he's been able to do some unorthodox movement in the corner, which kind of makes the defender feel like they can come and steal it away, and then he pops it past them and goes and scores. This time around, CRR was right. He could steal it away. He just needed to be a bit patient, and aZapatos would give it to him, but maybe that is just CRR advancing in this matchup. Missed wave dash, but a missed single jump, really. aZapatos unable to touch the ball. And then floated away from the play. aZapatos just trying to go for the quick kickoff shot. Even though he doesn't get it, he's going to set it up for himself. Loves to box CRR out of the play. Just going to use his wave dash to go pick up midfield and win that race. He knows he could find a way to score. aZapatos just used up every last bit of his boost at that midfield and left with nothing. CRR, free possession. Now wall to air dribble. aZapatos has been challenging so early this time. It's even earlier than I thought. I was going to say he's going to go off the ceiling. He's going to challenge early. That's what he's been doing all series. But no, he just flies it insta pre-jumps set up from CRR. And it works wonders. He is the anti-air. That's what I've decided. When I've been watching aZapatos play, it's not that he just saves tons of aerial shots on the goal line. He is anti-air. He will not let you even start. That being said, CRR is definitely going to be able to start this one. Oh, maybe not. aZapatos tried to be anti-air, and CRR finally has the read that aZapatos wants to challenge as early as possible, so just need to use that flip as early as possible to play a bit of keep away as he taps it off the ceiling. aZapatos won't be able to get there. He is gravity. I guess that's another way to say it, but anti-air sounds cooler. aZapatos is going to lob a shot at net. CRR should be able to handle it easily. It did give possession right back. Now CRR barreling down as aZapatos moves left and right on the back wall. Finally able to get this clear. CRR doing his best to keep it in the blue half. Potentially cut the ball to the net before aZapatos expected. aZapatos diving in. And he's convinced CRR chip the ball early. It's still going to result in a CRR possession. These two just weaving around the ball. So many attempts at each other to play keep away and steal possession. CRR looking for the top left corner, and he'll find it. He heard me say aZapatos is the anti-air, and he's trying to prove me wrong. As aZapatos, oh, interesting backflip, actually almost worked, but definitely not the ideal defensive maneuver. Slamming your top of your car into the back wall in order to try and protect the opposite corner. CRR tried to fake this. Great defense from aZapatos to cover high and then fall down and make sure the fake did not go in either. But CRR created an open shot for himself with a minute left to go. 6-5. aZapatos felt like he came off to an early lead, if I remember. Yeah, 4-0. So since 4-0, it's been a 6-1 run for CRR. CRR wins the race to the midfield. He's going to send the ball to the other side wall. aZapatos trying to decide whether or not he's going to come from the ceiling or not. And actually just being up there is enough to make CRR second guess what shot he's going to go for. You see him trying to decide how to counter aZapatos, and then by the time he's made a decision, it's too late, and the ball just falls to the ground, and CRR gets nothing out of it. So that is a good defensive position from aZapatos. And you know what isn't a good defensive position? This one. This one where you chip the ball up in the corner and you let the offender, or so I guess CRR chipped it up. He tried to intercept it. Did not work. So 7-5, 30 seconds. We saw aZapatos with the ice. His RLCS team name, I think, is literally iced up. So he's going to have to do that right now. He wants to take a lead in this series. Does seem like it's going to be CRR. The pre-jump isn't there. CRR gets to coast all the way to net as he makes it 8-5. CRR bumped off his line. aZapatos able to steal the midfield boost. Not going to matter, though. CRR can pressure the ball. It will hit the ground, so CRR, oh, he's going to get a 9th. He has prevented aZapatos from having a huge kickoff edge, because in aZapatos' previous match, he definitely did. Had a massive kickoff advantage. It's been more neutral between these two, so we head to game number 4. Game number 4. By the way, somebody just asked in chat, reminded me in case I maybe didn't mention it because it was in the middle of games. CRR ultimately decided that he did not want us to swap servers. He said, this server's fine for me here on US West. Let's just stay here. So we're going to play out the whole match. Oh my goodness, CRR. A couple of nutty saves. I had a feeling that this might be the end result. That's why I wasn't popping off too much on these insane saves. Because when you're stuck in net like this, you can only save for so long. But aZapatos did buy himself a few more seconds before going down. aZapatos, wall to air dribble. No wall to air dribble. The fake wall to air dribble. CRR going to close the distance and challenge him as the ball rolls to the ground. Interesting first touch from aZapatos. I feel like the ground dribble play is way different with the plank car because he was able to chip that on top of his car, I think, way easier. Normally, you drop the ball like that, and you've done exactly that. You've dropped the ball. You've taken away a ton of your opportunities as far as pops and flicks. But aZapatos, I feel like he was way easier able to just pop it back up, gain control, and get it to a spot where he can flick, which is nice. A nice benefit of the plank. Ooh, look at that. aZapatos sees his opportunity to accelerate the ball past a defender who is hanging out a bit too close to him. All it takes is a nice double jump. Personally, I'm not dropping a game to anyone using that car. I'd love to see you try and not drop a game against aZapatos. aZapatos, nice use of the power slide as his wheels connect with the wall to make sure that he doesn't lose his momentum. Being said, he's 50 on the goal line. Wait, what are you doing? You're down, CRR. You're down. There's no reason to delay your goal. You just need it. You need it as fast as possible. You want to slam it in. I guess you might gain a cool mental edge if you do a cut on the goal line and, I don't know, bait aZapatos into own goaling or something. But you definitely just need that goal. And maybe you'll get it now. But man, if this game ends up being a one-goal game in the final minute, I think CRR is going to regret that. Yo, Mini Weeds, thank you for the $20 donation. $20 for the prize pool, a.k.a. aZapatos winnings. Hey, that's a lot of faith for your homie who's down 2-1. But I tell you what, if CRR is going to continue to not take his free goals and save them on the goal line, you might be up to something. That does make it a $50 prize pool. I'll let these guys know after the next goal what they're playing for. It's only fair that they know the stakes. Oh, aZapatos. If he had done that 180 just a little bit sooner, I think he might have been able to connect with the ball in the bounce and got that quick shot. CRR is just going to miss on his touch as well. So now aZapatos is going to have to try and pin him on the back line. Fake from aZapatos, and it was very clear that was the only option for him. There was no other good touch. The CRR knows that aZapatos is super likely to fake. Ooh, nice. Little juke move. Almost created an opening for himself. CRR going to pinch this one away. Don't think it's shootable, though. aZapatos did single jump and actually didn't cover the ball at all. He panicked. He needed to stay calm. CRR was not going to be able to get the immediate shot. He was going to have to catch it. And of course, if aZapatos could read that, then he would have stayed grounded and not let that happen. But he was worried that CRR was so quick on the recovery that he was going to be able to tap it before the bounce. Oh, what a 50 from CRR. Another fake from him. Now he's got 47 boosts, so he actually could carry this away. But he does let it fall back down, and not even a flip reset will be able to get enough height for aZapatos not to score this. And look at this wave dash as he hits the ground. I think this is that wave dash that people are talking about that kind of pops up his front wheels right as he's landing into the quick acceleration. Super Gooser, thank you for the tier 1 for 3 months. Appreciate the support. And I believe you get a nice new badge with your 3 month subscription. You know what's interesting? When I haven't eaten, when it's like past mealtime, and I haven't eaten, it is way harder to say words. I've noticed it's a very consistent trend. This demo from CRR in a second. I need to get some food in me. The cringe from Left X. I think CRR was thinking about maybe some kind of flick, but as soon as he realized his car was past the ball in a way that there was no shooting attempt, might as well just roll through it, see if he could take the defender out. That's exactly what he did. Ooh, great 50 from aZapatos. Should be able to turn this in for a goal. CRR recognized that he couldn't get to the ball in time, so he changed his target. He says, I'm not going to be able to get this save, but maybe I can just bump aZapatos and prevent him from being able to shoot. But nope. He has aZapatos 4-2. Do I need any exclamation point Hello Fresh? You're right. I should make a nice Hello Fresh tonight. aZapatos reset 50. Able to chip this one high off the wall. CRR doing what a lot of defenders do, swinging into the corner boost, but that does mean he comes recovering perfectly sideways on the goal line and can't get a strong, clear away as aZapatos gets the reset and the dunk. aZapatos 12 boost. Oh my goodness, look at this wave dash. This is insane. This is insane. This is actually filthy. Absolutely is what I was going to say. Because this shot is not possible without that wave dash. That is the perfect example of what that wave dash can do for you. That was nasty. (6-2) for Zap. Got to imagine. Well, CRR is absolutely dusting him right now. I still don't think he has time, but CRR just cutting back and forth while aZapatos is just flying post to post. Was funny, but I can't imagine that CRR gets 3 more. CRR back pass to himself in the corner. aZapatos says no, so CRR will get the final carry of the game, but it will be a game 5 between aZapatos and CRR. $50 prize pool. I forgot to let them know. $50 prize now, by the way. He doesn't know what he's doing. Well, he's going to have to figure it out if he wants to be a little bit richer today. Game 5, aZapatos versus CRR. aZapatos is on the verge of making an incredible statement here today on this stream. If he is able to take KV1 down 3-1, and then CRR down 3-2, that means a lot in the world of 1v1 and shows a level maybe we didn't realize aZapatos had. I mean, even more than his Turf Wars performance, I would argue. He did get a nice Evo win. Wasn't able to take down Razebull. And we had CRR and Razebull. No, we haven't had CRR Razebull. Wasn't able to take down Lion Blaze or Razebull. But I feel like CRR is maybe even favored if we were to have a CRR Razebull match. And KV1 certainly. I mean, KV1 favored against almost everybody on US East. So, impressive play so far for aZapatos as he 50s this one for the top of CRR to get it first. Raze beat CRR back in Gamers 8. I see. aZapatos. Oh, immediate goal. He was ready for the double in case the bounce did come out and needed another touch. But that was the best of 1, right? The Razebull has looked good. CRR has looked good as well. There's a lot of top talent. And I guess my point is that even if aZapatos doesn't win this game, he's now proven that he is right alongside the top talent in the 1v1 game right now. You're starting to think the Sentio is just a faster car? Hey. I wonder if it helps Plank Hitbox to do those wave dashes that he does. That I would be interested about. And if it is true that it's easier to do those wave dashes in the Sentio, then I actually think you have a slight argument. The Sentio is faster. But Maybe we'll ask Zapatos at the end of the match if he thinks that it's easier to do in his plank. Because he's played Octane on occasion. I bet he knows whether or not he likes that wave dash on the other cars as well. The wave dashes he does are actually very easy to do. He's been doing them for ages. Oh, if the fun buds can do it, then you're right. Never mind. Take it back. Those must be free. Stiff camera too. That's actually something that Calm noticed. It's interesting what the pros notice, or what they really focus on when they're watching somebody play. And the first thing Calm said when watching Zapatos was he plays on full stiffness or one stiffness or whatever, like no movement of his camera. And while I do notice camera differences in general, it obviously doesn't pop out to me as much as it did to Calm. CRR, a bit of a risk to let that ball bounce down. If Zapatos had got there actually a little bit later, he would have had the angle for the quick shot. But because he got there so soon, he was already past the shootable angle. Zapatos trying to take this to the other wall and absolutely trying to break the axles of CRR, you could tell. Looking to hook the ball back right when CRR was going to challenge. But CRR never did. He played it smart. He's able to get the save on the eventual shot from Zapatos. 2-2 at 2:22. Who will be the first to break this tie? CRR letting this ball bounce down into what will be a carry. Zapatos feels like he can't challenge backwards, and the flick is in. CRR launches it all the way from the midfield. Was he even behind the center line? I think he was, right? Yeah, just behind it. What a high lob. Perfect placement. He will get the lead. Zapatos could afford to have a nice immediate kickoff. Yeah, he did it too high. I was going to say. He did everything but the finish. So he pushes it off the crossbar and out. And now he's going to have to play from behind instead of immediately tying it back up, which is always nice for the mental. Wait, how did CRR get that 100? Zapatos seemed like he had it for free, but this challenge from CRR ain't it. As Zapatos able to 50 it right back the other way. CRR flipping too far past the ball. Needed to hit a little bit more center mass if he wanted to actually direct it away from the midfield, which is what he needed to do to buy himself a bit more time. 3-3. Zapatos loses the kickoff into his corner and is not going to be able to escape the onslaught of CRR, who's going to try and rush the ball to net as soon as possible. See if he can get Zapatos panicking in net, and looks like he has so far. Zapatos missing the first touch, able to cover the tight angle shot, and now gets just enough on this ball to clear it away. Can he get a quick shot of his own? I don't think so, but he is double jumping just to protect the ball. He wants to try and convince CRR to leave so that he can just gain a dribble, but CRR didn't let him. Now Zapatos into his own corner. Another strong touch. That is something that he has done all series, and CRR has read it now. CRR knows that that's what he likes to do, because I think what a ton of defenders do is they'll follow Zapatos into the corner, and then he pops it harder than they expect, and all of a sudden they're playing catch-up as they try and rush back to their half. CRR, he's had it happen to him enough times now that he's not going to come all the way into the corner. And he knows that Zapatos is just going to really pass it out to him, because that hard touch only works when the defender creeps in. It's actually probably a bad play when the defender sits and waits, because you just give up possession. Oh, look at that shot from Zapatos. That is a good angle. 32 seconds left to go. I can't help but continue to talk about his name, Iced Up, his team name, because he has iced up here a little bit to tie it up with 30 seconds. Kick out for CR. Not going to be good enough to get an immediate goal. Zapatos is trying to get everything he can out of it by cutting it directly back to the midfield. He's trying to bait CRR into diving too deep once again. Can he chase him down? No, he needed a couple more pixels in order to take him off the map. So CRR is going to have the boost advantage here now as he just cuts it hard at the net. This bounce needs to be better for him. It fell too far away. He needed to go straight down to have a chance. aZapatos with 10 boost, putting pressure on the ball. He wants it to hit the ground, and it does, as he's just barely able to keep it away from his net. Now, a final goal for this best of 5. You love to see it. aZapatos is passing up the wall to air dribble once again. And the funny thing is, he's actually insane with the wall to air dribble, but he knows the midfield is his game as well. aZapatos will take the series. CRR quick out of the match, as aZapatos has shown an insane level here today, taking down 2 of the best 1v1ers in the game. aZapatos, remember the name. Hopefully we'll see iced up in the RLCS as well.